Hi everyone, this is Sharon and today we're going to do a fast track tutorial on how to read notes for the modern lyre. So let's get right to it. I'm going to share my screen with you and you should see my screen right now. And the first thing we're looking at is the treble clef or the G clef. We are going to be concentrated on the notes that land on this clef. Now, what we need to know first offhand is the musical alphabet. There's only 7 notes that we need to remember. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Those are the notes in the alphabet. And the full octave has the first note right at the end. So it's like sandwich, C to C. We are talking about the C scale right now, which most modern lyres are built on this range, on this scale, C scale. So that's why we're going over the C scale. So a full octave starts with a C and ends with a C. A 2 octave has C to C and then to C again. So you get 3 C's right there. That's what a full octave looks like. And holy cow, here are all the notes that we need to learn to play the modern lyre. It looks very scary, looks very daunting. How am I gonna be able to learn all of these notes? But remember, there's only 7 letters in the alphabet, the musical alphabet. So that's really all we need to know. It just really repeats itself. So you go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, again, D, F, G, A, B, C. So it just repeats. So don't be scared about all the notes that you're looking at. We are going to use landmark and that is going to fast track everything and make it so much easier for us to learn where all the notes are in relation to each other. Again, this is your treble clef or the G clef. This is where the melody usually lives. That's why we are going to start here because this is the most important part in the musical notations for playing the lyre. This is your G line. It's called the G line because that is where the G lives. That's why the treble clef is also called the G clef because you see this musical symbol here. It wraps around the G line. That's how it got its name. The next thing we're gonna learn is where all the C's live. The modern lyres usually have 16 strings, so you would have at least 2 C's on your lyre. So your first C would be your middle C, which lives right here, you know, with that little line right across it. The other one lives right in the middle of the treble clef, right there. That is your high C. And if you have 19 or more strings, then you would also have the highest C right above here with that small line right through it again. So now we have learned 4 notes. That's 4 notes. Remember, a full octave has, well, if you have a 16 lyre, you've already learned a quarter of the notes. So you know where all the C's are and we know where the G lives. Those are the important notes right now, but we're gonna learn more. The next thing we're gonna remember is spaces spell face. That's right, spaces spell space. See? F-A-C-E. Those are our next landmark, our spaces. So now that we've learned where all the C's are and where all the G's are, we have now learned where all of the F-A-C-E lives. So you now know 8 out of the 16. So really fast track, you have now learned half of the notes that you need for your 16 string lyre. Isn't that amazing? Let's keep going. Now, the next thing we're going to learn is the names of the notes that lives on the lines themselves. So we have E, G, B, D, F, and a very memorable way of learning these strings is what most people do. They remember every good boy deserves fudge. And up above here where A is, I put always because sometimes I forget where that is. So putting A there for always makes me remember that that first line above the treble clef is A. So every good boy deserves fudge always is a great way to remember this. And so now we have pretty much learned all the notes. I'm gonna put all of the notes that we've learned together back here so you could see it. We've learned first of all where the G was in the beginning. Then we learned where all of our C's are, one, one, two, and three. Then we learned the names of the spaces, which spells face. So space equals to face, F-A-C-E. And then we learned every good boy deserve fudge always. So that is amazing because that is pretty much all of the notes that we need to learn. So here it is, back where you can see it. The notes that kind of felt daunting at the very beginning of this tutorial is now here, all nicely laid out for you with the landmark showing. Most of the lyre starts with either F or a G as your bass clef, so it's really very easy for us to remember because that's really just all four notes anyway. So it's very easy for us to know what they are, very easy to memorize. And then we put the B and the C on the top. And in most cases, if you only have 16 lyres, you don't even need the B or the C because you probably end either with a G or an A. So that is a really fast track of learning how to read the notes on a music sheet and how it relates to your strings. And I hope you found this. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen because that is all that I have for you. I hope that you found this tutorial fast and easy, and I hope that it will encourage you to go ahead and look at your music sheets and decode them for yourself and learn how to read them, because it is the very basic of the musical foundation. I really encourage everyone to learn to read music, and using landmarks in our music sheets to read is really the fast way of learning the notes. And once you've learned to read the notes and once you know where they are, you can now put them together and combine them in different ways like you would normally do reading words in a sentence. So learn the foundation, be good at it, and let's see where it takes us next. Happy playing.